furniture primarily is probably the biggest part of what I do, but it does go beyond that. A couple of years ago, my sister's church commissioned me to do 14 plaster of Paris stations of the cross at St. Mary's. If you've ever been through there, it's a beautiful church. There's a lot of repurposing. A couple of years ago, a guy, well actually a lady and her husband came through with a piano, and we gutted it and turned it into a bar. But primarily, mostly dressers and chairs. A lot of broken chairs come through here. I was dating a girl, and she was in antiques, and we would go to antique malls and whatnot, and you know, we found a kind of a common interest there. Everything she looked at, she said, boy, I'd get that if it was not so rough. And then one day I finally said, well, let's take it home to see if I could fix it. So we did, and that's exactly where it started. In the very beginning, when we started doing this, each piece that I did, you know, you got a sense of accomplishment, and that's kind of what catapulted me to the next thing. When you're in the, you know, grind, it's like, you know, you put out 10 fires, you're ready to pump your chest up, but excuse me, but there's 10 more fires. I try to get 3 projects in rotation if I can. Beyond 3, you start losing hardware and forgetting where your place was and whatnot. There's a lot of downtime in the trade. You know, you glue something, you gotta wait. Stain something, you gotta wait. So you spray something, you gotta wait. So you could start another project, but at some point, you know, there's some downtime, you know. So, you know, I figured out clever ways to use up that time productively. A lot of what I restore usually is older, of high quality, okay, and has some, you know, a lot of times it's sentimental value driven, because many times you meet or exceed what we consider as being market value. I mean, the only thing driving this thing is it was my grandmother's, and she loved it. And that's, you know, because the amount of labor it takes to bring something fully back to life that's been sitting in a basement for, you know, 50 or 60 years is incredible. You got to touch every square inch of it, every surface, every, you know, thing has to be gone through. I've been able to hook myself up with a network of custom upholsterers. I have a particular guy who does the caning and the chair work, and him and his wife are incredible. And we all work in a network because eventually they're going to come across a piece of furniture that's going to need finish or touch up, or, you know, some kind of structural repair that might be beyond their skill level. Well, you know, a lot of the time you can glue something back together, and then to make it look like it never happened, you have to be able to hide that line of demarcation from the repair, and a lot of times there's residue, glue, this, that, and so there might be material missing. You're going to have to figure out how to fill that up and make it look seamless, like it never happened. That's really become a specialty of mine.